in a single class. Though it can be very disheartening at times, we remind ourselves that we are working for the children and their future. We do hope a growing number of schools run on similar public-private partnerships will offer a viable model for quality education. I have spent some time sharing my experience in detail because if India wants private initiative to take up education for the underprivileged, there needs to be more trust and support from the establishment. Unfortunately, schools too are seen as arenas for political power play, and it is not unusual for the school management to receive demands to reserve 1/3 of the seats for candidates sponsored by those in power. One needs to go forward with a steely resolve and a prayer. I think working with the municipality is a spiritual experience because it teaches you not to be reactive, bring down your ego, and face each day with equanimity. Contrast our situation with Colombo. A few months ago when I was there, I was surprised to learn that municipal schools offer the best in education, and even well-to-do children prefer to go to these schools. Fortunately, our system also comes up once in a while with remarkable instances when committed bureaucrats make change possible within serious limitations. One such case is that of Mr. Ashish Kumar Singh, the additional municipal commissioner in charge of education in Mumbai, who has secured a donation of 15 crores from a public sector company for improving the educational standards of all municipal schools in Mumbai. The consultant he hired to provide a blueprint for the change envisaged pointed out that the existing system is so bad that it will take a great effort for a couple of years to bring the system from bad to just fair. The program also aims to impart focused training to upgrade the skills of the headmasters and the teachers. Here we are seeing the power of one committed individual in changing our mindsets of inertia and apathy. We need more such people at the helm of affairs. I would now like to talk about a movement called Teach for India, which has demonstrated that committed youngsters are looking for significance and a chance to make a difference rather than go for mere corporate success. It is modeled after Teach for America, which was started 20 years ago, and Teach First, which began in the UK 7 years ago. In the first year, we recruited 86 bright graduates and young professionals under the age of 35. At the entry point, we look for intelligence, but in our interview, we seek qualities such as passion, ability to make a difference, critical thinking, and humility. In 2 years, from 6,000 applicants, we selected 221. This means that about 7% of the people who applied were selected. We give them 5 weeks of intense residential training and teach them how to teach and also make them aware of themselves and their surroundings. We expose them to charismatic leaders and to evocative experiences like a stay at the Gandhi ashram or spending some time in the slums with rat pickers. We call our recruits fellows, and they are placed for 2 full years in municipal and in low-income private schools in Mumbai and Pune. Next year, we want to start in Delhi. Their mandate is to bring the students up to the class standard, to make learning fun, so that in place of aversion to schools, an appetite for learning is created in children. They are expected to work for hours beyond the school time to do remedial work, provide psychological help, and work in the community so that children feel a genuine impact. Some of the fellows are currently working with Ashish Kumar Singh on the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai Educational Transformation. The stipend we pay to our fellows is rupees 15,000, which is a small percentage of what the fellows were earning, and yet they choose to turn away from the corporate world. 60% of the fellows we recruited so far at the end of the 2-year period have decided to continue with the social sector and not to rejoin the corporate world. For me, it again reinforces that human beings seek a larger meaning in life rather than just perks and pay. But we have to reach out to the youth and tap their idealism. Teach for All has spread to 11 countries in the world, and everywhere the government pays the monthly stipend and the 5-week training cost. India is the only country where there has been no financial support from the government. There is criticism that these selected candidates, after teaching for 2 years, leave for other jobs, and so there is no long-term commitment. I feel the role needs to be assessed for just those, not just for those 2 years. There is the real possibility that the lives of the selected municipal teachers and those students they impact could be altered positively. While some of the candidates could opt for a life in the education field, we would also be creating a core group of sensitive leaders who look beyond mere personal advancements and who, even if they are employed in other sectors, can sustain with their support and resources the initiative in the field of education. Teach for India will help them network and keep looking for the missing pieces in the educational jigsaw puzzle and bring about systemic changes. The United Nations Human Development Index ranks us 128th among 177 countries. Certainly not a flattering report on our achievements in the field of education and health. It is time we view this rating against the touchstone that Gandhiji offered us when he said that a nation's greatness is measured by how it treats its weakest members. In our country, as elsewhere, the weakest include the hungry and the ill, children and women, the groups that the Millennium Development Agenda expects to bring up in life. While all the goals spelled out are equally important, I feel that if we set our minds to tackle the enormous challenges of malnutrition and education, it will create positive spin-offs for all other areas. Education can indeed be a catalyst in creating the necessary momentum to fulfill all other goals. Thank you.